your heart. One human race of different faiths, all embraced in a solemn place. Listen to your soul. All we want, all we need is freedom. All we want, all we need is freedom. For you and for me and for everyone. Freedom, freedom. This is our home. We are called the earth. Shout it out, sing it loud. Listen to your voice. All we want, all we need is freedom. All we want, all we need is freedom. For you and for me and for everyone. GFN, Global Filipino Network.
Vilma, live in LA, Season 3, Episode 8.
Vilma, live in LA. Vilma, live in LA.
Hi there, Vilma, live in LA. Okay, so I'm doing a little something different here. I'm outside, so you know what? It's so beautiful. And, okay, so welcome to Vilma, live in LA, right here on the GFN channel, and it is episode 8. So tonight on the show, yes, we are zooming over to New York. Joshua Schubart, an actor, a screenwriter, also a stunt person, plus he's a model and a voiceover artist. He does a lot, and we're going to be talking about how he got into the industry, and he even talks about how he was homeless when he was young, and you know, he's such a beautiful person. So yeah, Joshua Schubart in a bit. And also we're going to be featuring again CoCo Abigail. It's her 1-year anniversary of You're My Angel, so we're going to do that in a bit. Plus we have my song, the remix, the rock remix with my brother Bernie on guitar. So we have that and much more. Plus I saw this really cute thing over at Starbucks, and I'm going to share that with you. It's a lot of nice quotes, and it makes people smile. That's a beautiful thing. that to Anita. Yeah, hi Anita. Thank you for spending that Saturday morning. Yes, we did a lot of things, and we had to do a lot of things. It was errands that was important. Okay, everybody, time for our hellos. So make sure that you guys chat away in the box because it's important. It's what everybody loves to see, all that communication, all that camaraderie, all that new friendship developing. So it is so great to be part of that. And here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm here in California, in Vilma, live in LA.
Hi, I'm at a Starbucks and I want you to see this, okay? Let me flip this. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Vilma, live in LA and here in Los Angeles. Well, we are actually going to be zooming over to New York in a bit, but introducing you to our guest. He's an actor. He's also a writer, a film producer, and a voiceover artist. Plus, he does all his stunts. He is a brawn model and he owns his own production company. So, everybody, let's welcome Joshua Schubart to our show. Hi, Josh.
Hi,
Josh.
Velma. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's give a kind of a brief rundown of Joshua Schubart.
Sure. I've been acting since I was 14 years old. Live in New York. I'm married. I have a newborn baby. She'll be 3 months old in two days, which is great. Her name is Fitz, and I love her very much. Yeah, and you did an awesome intro of me, so that's all the things that I do.
I love your backdrop. I love all those.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a huge nerd person. Like, I'm really into like comic books, playing lots of video games. Like, I've got like all the like toys and artworks and things just like all over my computer area. So it's fun.
I know. I mean, it's always great to have that child in you because that keeps you young, young at spirit, and just always having a very positive outlook.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, Josh, you have been a regular on the series The Tick,
Yeah,
and I know that you're currently doing your show, TV series After.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you give us a little bit about After?
Sure. So After's out now, 100%. It's a TV show that I made and I wrote, and I'm the lead in. And it's on a new streaming service called IFT. And you can watch it on anything that you can watch anything else on, which is really, really cool. And it's about a widower who has to move back home and tries to get back into the and tries to get back into the dating game. It's not autobiographical. I have a very alive wife, which is great. But the idea came to me when I was getting married, actually, which like sounds crazy, but when you make that commitment to another person, I immediately thought like, holy crap, what would I do if you died? And that's what sparked this whole idea. And I just made the show, and it's very funny and it's very sad, and it also talks a lot about like men's mental health and mental health in general and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all about real life. And
Mhm.
this is what people want to see. It's not fantasy.
Right.
And yeah, I love watching those because I just cry when, because you can feel everything. And yeah, so I saw I was looking at the titles: After We Grew, After She Left, After the Slam, After the Kiss, After the Fun. That's so unique, your titles.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So we tried to name them like using the name of the show and also what's kind of happening in that current episode. Um, and it was hard. It actually took like a really long time trying to make that all work. But if you watch each of the episodes, each of the names make total sense. And we also put the names of the episodes at the end of each episode too, to kind of like go with the whole like after theme. Yeah.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Pick a play again. What would you do if I died? Like, fell out of orbit and crushed me?
I don't know. I'd probably be really sad and cry forever.
And after that?
If I just say yes, will you shut up about it?
Just promise me, all right? My immune system is attacking my internal organs.
We have to see a doctor. We have to get a second opinion. You got it. I used to be married.
Oh. What happened?
And then your current project, I also see that you are working on the book fair.
I am working on the book fair. Yeah. I am part of a producing group. I think you spoke to one of the people that I work with, Jamie Woj.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guy, and I love him very, very much. We're developing, and actually we have developed, and we head into production at the beginning of next month, actually, which is really, really exciting. And basically what it'll end up being is a all dramatically improv TV show.
Well,
Yeah, which is cool. So we've been like
yeah.
practicing.
Okay, go ahead, carry on.
Yeah. So we've been practicing once a week, like working in this way, and this is how we developed the actual show and all of our characters and the actual concept. So it'll be really interesting, and we hope a lot of fun, and not like a horrible train wreck, but it should turn out pretty well. I think there's a lot of amazing people in it.
Yeah, I love that aspect of it. Yeah. So Jamie was also giving me like a little bit of background on you growing up and how he is, so inspired by that. Is it okay for you to share that with us?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I came up pretty hard, I suppose. My biological parents weren't really around that much, and my biological mother unfortunately had a lot of debilitating mental illnesses. She loved me very much, but she just wasn't able to take care of me. So as a result, I was hanging out with the wrong people, doing all the wrong things, and I became homeless until I ended up in foster care. And that's actually where I like learned that I wanted to be an actor, which is really, really cool. So like for the first part of my life, it was really, really weird and really, really odd, but it worked out okay. And I'm like a pretty positive dude now with a house and a kid and a wife and a dog. So it worked out okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing because I believe it gave you the strength, and also what a lot of other people go through. So it gave you that heart that
Right.
be able to relate to a lot of people.
Yeah, I relate to everybody that I meet. I mean, I don't like I lead with like an open heart and a ton of love, and that's how I meet people. Like I try as hard as I can to not pass any judgment on anybody because of where I came from. So yeah, absolutely.
Wow, this is why we have you on the show. Because it's how I live as well. It's like you learn, you don't judge anybody because everyone goes through their own journey.
Right.
Everyone has their own time. And the only thing we can do is embrace it.
Yeah, and it's how you learn about the world too. Like how like some of the coolest people that I've met were when I wasn't in America. Like when I went to Spain or I went to France or I went to England or I went anywhere else in the world. Like that's where I had the most fun is meeting people that aren't from my worldview, right? So it's cool. And if you don't have an open mind about that, then you'll never meet them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Going to different places around the world is actually one of the best education.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I grew up, well, I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in Japan and Hong Kong.
Oh, that's fun.
But yeah, I traveled to a lot of places and being able to see the different culture, see the different people, and just love everything about it. Yeah,
Great. Yeah,
that's that could be like a movie.
it could be.
Okay,
Holy shit. I didn't recognize you, man.
Yeah, I lost some weight.
Yeah, it's great. How'd you do that?
Exercise, and I like changed my whole relationship with food. I've been spinning, running, weightlifting.
Okay.
I've been eating a lot of salads, which sucks, but you know, at least I won't be the fat guy anymore.
Your clothes.
I lost them.
How?
They fell off.
What? Brian, come in here.
Oh, look at you. What happened?
Nothing?
He lost his clothes, dear.
Did someone hurt you, son?
No?
Do you need a hug?
Yes, please, I need a hug. Please talk about the gang. You know, I mean, me and the guys were ready to get back out there. We've got this cherry warehouse gig, and we're ready to pull it today.
Frank, we're busy.
Look, you got Joan of Arc knocking out all of our competition. We should start taking things for ourselves.
Whatever, shithead. I'm too good for you anyway.
Oh. This is gonna bite you in the ass. Unless you're a real hero now.
I'm moving up in the world. You can come with me.
I am. I don't know.
so Josh, what drew you to acting?
So it was actually largely by accident. So I found acting when I got into foster care. My now parents, because I was a crazy person, like actually, put me into private Catholic school because they thought that it would do great things for me. And it ended up working out for me in the long run, but in the beginning it was very hard to come from like being homeless to being in a place with a ton of crazy structure. But I was also doing a lot of drugs, and I was 12, so I was just doing a lot of bad stuff. And I was walking around the halls at school, and I heard an announcement over the loudspeaker for the school play. And I had a debilitating trauma-induced speech impediment. I had a terrible stutter, which comes out sometimes, but I could only speak maybe 2 to 3 words in a row at a time, and that's it. So for whatever reason, I went to the audition, and when I walked on stage, I could speak in complete sentences for the first time since I was like 4 years old. And I knew at that moment that this is what I needed to do for the rest of my life. It like empowered me to be a better human being. And so I quit everything that was bad for me, and I just kind of moved on into this new world of being an actor, and I haven't looked back.
Wow. I love that, and I'm sure a lot of people can identify as far as being able to know this is what you want to do for the rest of your life because
Absolutely.
something clicked.
Yeah, for sure.
GFN Global Filipino Network.
Of all the movies that you've had, and I know you have a lot, what was the most challenging role for you?
So the most challenging role that I've had was actually in a play, not on a TV show. But I did have a really challenging time when I was working on High Maintenance, which is an HBO TV show. So I played so I was like, so I don't know if you know how that TV show worked, but like each episode was about like a new person, and my episode was about my guy, like in the whole first half of it. And I used to be like very, very obese. Like I used to weigh 400 pounds plus. And this show was about a guy who had just gone through a lot of weight loss recently, but because of the events happening in the world, he was unable to be happy about it, and he was unable to share. So he ends up spiraling back into like binge, like binge eating and being very, very negative. And while it was great to bring that work to life, because you don't get to watch, like especially a man, live through that type of stuff, it brought up a lot of the old things that were in my head from way back then. And it also had a bunch of other stuff attached to it because I got so heavy, was because I was homeless and because I didn't have adequate access to food. So once I had it, I just ate it until I ballooned up. So it brought back a lot of painful memories, but it was really cool too because I got to work with them again, and I heard a lot of great, amazing feedback about how that specific episode really touched a lot of people. So that was very cool.
Yeah, because you put all your emotions into it. I mean, like, I don't know if you know that I do write songs, and it's really all about life. And when you put your emotions into a song, it's embedded in there.
Yeah.
So your episode on that play for sure was embedded in that. Yeah.
Right.
And so, well, talking about, like you said, a little bit of the weight challenge, you're also a brawn model.
I am.
Can you give us a little bit of what that means?
So in America, there's this new classification of model called brawn model, and what that means is it's basically you're a larger man with a beard. So it's kind of like now all the people that are quote unquote like they look normal have representation now for clothing and like other things, which has actually been pretty cool. I worked for this, actually I'm still working for them because I'm on their wall still, but I work for this company called Untitled. They make these button-down shirts that are meant to not be tucked into your pants, right? Yeah. So when the campaign first started, like I was their first like big guy that they had, and they told me that bigger dudes would like bring in their magazine with me in it and point at my picture, and they would be like, I want to look like Josh because I've never seen anyone like me wear clothes like this before. So that was really cool and like really validating, right? Like it made me feel like, okay, like this is very good work that needs to be done. Yeah
It had a purpose.
It had a purpose.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
That's cool. Like Rihanna, she incorporates everyone.
Right.
I saw clips of her fashion show. She has everyone on it, you know? And
Well, if you're not now, I don't know what you're doing. You need to bring like every type of human, especially in America, into your work.
yeah,
So if you're not doing it, I don't know why. So yeah.
thanks, because you just validated what I do. Yes, because I interview people all over the world, and I interview people in different industries, and I love that. I like 10 fun questions.
Okay.
What is a fun day for you?
Honestly, I'm pretty boring. So like I like to just like maybe like so I'm really into soccer, or as the rest of the world calls it, football. And there's a brewery by where I live now that like plays the Premier League matches every weekend. So I've been heading there and like hanging out with my wife and my baby there now, because you can just kind of like, because they let you have babies in the brewery. So
In
yeah,
Asia,
it's the thing.
yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun lately. But I love to read and just be low key, even though I'm always kind of like out in the world, being like you know. So it's
I totally get that, because when you're around people so much, a fun day for you is just chilling at home or with family, or you know. I
right.
totally get it. Okay, our question number 2.
Okay.
Your most favorite food or delicacy?
Okay, so there's like multiple. There's like 3. I'll try to keep it at 3, but I really love sushi. I really love tacos, and I really love pizza. It shifts at like which one is my favorite, really like week to week. But if I was forced to choose, it would probably be tacos. Because you can have any type of food anywhere in a taco, which is cool.
That's true. That's all Americanized, which is great.
Yeah.
You can have sushi in a taco.
You can have sushi in a taco. It's nuts. Yeah.
It is. Okay, your favorite vacation place, or any place you love going to chill, which you actually just mentioned.
Yeah. Well, also, my wife and I go up all the time to Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, and that's a really cool place that I love to go to. There's, you know, things are open, but they're only open till like 8 p.m. and you just get to chill and be with nature and be in the lake and just have a really calming time. So I suppose I like places that are calm.
Yeah. And you love nature, which is
I
good.
love nature, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a chance for you to connect with the universe, actually.
Yeah, and to just decompress and just be with, you know, the earth's energy and the people that I love. Yeah, right.
You do it barefoot, because I've also read that if you do it barefoot, it connects, you know, your entire being connects you with the core of the earth and the
So
universe.
this is a true story. Are you ready for this, Velma? So I used to do everything barefoot, even mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And I actually got a parasitic fungus in my leg because whatever happened, it like went into my ankle and then began to travel up my limbic system. So I do like going barefoot, but under very specific conditions now. But maybe the next time that I'm up on a mountain, I will take my feet out and have a nice time.
Like maybe if you go to Sedona or something.
No, I've never been there, and I really want to. Like I hear like it's just such a healing place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Love it. Okay, so since you already showed me your characters, if you were a cartoon, or an animated character, who would it be or what would it be?
Oh yeah. So if I were an animated character, I would like to be Bash the Stampede from Trigun.
Oh,
Um, it's an anime. Like I'm really into anime too.
okay.
Um, he's a really cool character and just a lot of fun and really, really wacky, really, really zany. Has a ton of heart, but he's also a total badass. And I think that would be really cool to like be that guy.
Yeah, actually, I grew up around it because in Okinawa, you
Right.
know, we have a lot of that. And when here in the US, when I saw that the kids love it, I'm going, I grew up around that. I know that all that anime stuff.
Yeah, it's here too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, next question for you. If you weren't acting, what other profession would you have?
So I've been asked this a couple of times, and I think I've like landed on like I would have been a firefighter. Um, it's a thing that has also like really interested me in a way. Like I be because I tried to look at it through the like lens of why I'm an actor, and I believe that I'm making this art to help other people. It's not for me. So what is the closest thing to that? And I was never really good in school, like when it came to like math and science, so I couldn't be a doctor. Um, but I the most helpful other type of person would be a firefighter. They just help you. They just help people.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think yeah. So that's why I
It's
choose.
very, yeah, it's a very selfless profession.
You know,
Yeah, they're out there in peril. Okay, thank you for that.
sure.
So, your funniest moment you can remember?
Boy.
What? Anything
No,
like even growing up? Yeah, sure, that's fine.
no, yeah. My funniest moment I can remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to be funny or not, but like when I was way little, me and my cousins were playing with this old tire that uh, we like loved it. It was great, but what we didn't know was that it was a tire that when people changed their like car oil, they like emptied it out into this tire and just kind of left it there. So we were like running around going crazy, having a great time, and we were just throwing old motor oil all over everything, other people's cars, other houses, like and each other. So when they found us, we were covered in oil, like wow, like, and that was pretty funny, I guess.
That is funny.
Mhm.
For the adults, it's like, what are you doing? But for the kids, it's a whole lot of fun.
It's
Yeah,
messy, right?
yeah, messy until you have to clean up. It's not fun anymore. Okay, what is the thing you love most about where you live?
So I actually love. So I'm in New York, but I have a house out on Long Island here, and we're really close to the beach, and I love the beach. I love it there also because of the nature. Because when you're with the when you're with the ocean, it's just you and the ocean, and everything else goes away. And the fact that I can always go, no matter the season, is really special to me.
That's also my favorite spot, the beach. I live close to the Santa Monica Beach, so yeah.
Uh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so who is your most inspirational person?
Right. So it's actually Abraham Lincoln, the American president, and it's not for what everyone thinks it's for. I love Abraham Lincoln for his capacity to change. What I didn't realize, because it's not taught in our history books, is that Abraham Lincoln didn't want to free anybody. And he didn't know what to do with all the African Americans that were here, and he actually tried to make them all go to their own island and be really, really far away. And it wasn't until he worked with Frederick Douglass that he changed his mind about what, how things needed to go, and like how and what America actually needed to look like. So it's for that. It's for being malleable and being able to learn and being able to listen, especially in a time where nobody wanted that to be a thing. So I thought, that's why.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either, but thank you for sharing that, and to have the courage to make it happen. Make
Yeah, I mean, against everyone's horrible racism, like,
yes.
yeah.
What is your favorite quote?
All right, so it's actually from Batman, and I actually have it pull. It's not what I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's from Batman, but I've always resonated with it because it really doesn't matter who you are on the inside or what's going on. It's like, what are you doing in the world? What are your actions?
Yeah.
And that's actually who you are, not what people think. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Because action speaks louder than words. I mean, you
Mhm.
can talk so much, but if you don't really do it, and then, like you said, it has to really come from the heart.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wonderful. Very compassionate. And one word that best describes you.
Loyal.
Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Can you give us a little bit of a why loyal?
Yeah, I mean, if we get close or we get to know each other, or you prove to me or show me that you're not like a horrible person, I'll walk through the fires of hell for you. As long as it's reciprocated and it's not, one way energy. I'll be your best friend for life. I'll be an amazing partner. I'll be an amazing friend. I'll be an amazing husband. It's just, um, so if there's trust there, then you get me, and I'm crazy loyal about it. Yeah.
That, that's beautiful. Are you a Sagittarius?
I'm a
Just
Libra.
Libra. So
Yeah,
you're,
which I know is very weird with how I live my life or whatever, but I'm not really that indecisive anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
yeah, that's, well, I guess because you're much more grounded, you have
Mhm.
your family, so then, your decisions are based off of your core.
Well, because I made a choice a number of years ago. I used to, because of my life and my past, I used to use that as a reason for why everything was going wrong for me, right? Um, and it was a cause of a lot of my indecision and like why I was so like, I don't know what to do, blah, blah. And then I just made the change in my head one day, and it didn't happen all at once. Like I had to work on it, but it's like I'm never going to get what I want in my life if I keep blaming my life for my problems. I need to like use that as fuel and as inspiration, and let it springboard me forward into a new life where that has no effect on me anymore, and I can make new positive choices. um, so that was an interesting but really good shift, and that happened like in my early 20s or so.
Wow, it's something like I went through more than 10 years ago. Yeah. I mean, a lot of seemingly negative situations or events happening in your life. You use it as a springboard to create this whole life that you really want to live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so finally, I would like to ask you for your advice on to anyone starting out in the industry or just making that change for life.
Sure, absolutely. So my biggest piece of advice is don't stop, don't quit. Um, The average actor or member of the entertainment industry quits after 3 years of trying. And it's not until after year three that you begin to get the opportunities that you want to be getting because of all the work that you've been doing. It feels like you're not doing anything. And it's this grind, this awful meat grinding, terrible thing. But in reality, you're putting the work in, you're laying down all of the foundations for the rest of your career. And if you quit before you can build on that foundation, you'll never succeed. So just don't give up. Don't stop. If you really persist and you work really hard on your craft and your meeting people and all your networking, and you put it all together in a nice house that you built this wonderful foundation on, you will get the life that you want. And that's my advice.
Wow, thank you. I love your spirit. Thank you so much. And let's invite our viewers out there to your work, to your series.
Oh, sure. So you can watch it on iftnetwork.com. You can also find information on my website, which is joshuaschubart.com. And I've also got information on all of my stuff on Instagram and Twitter, which are both Josh_Schubart.
Yeah, I did my research on you too. Anyway, and if I can find you, everybody can find you.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you just put Joshua Schubart into Google, like a whole bunch of stuff's gonna pop up. So
Yes, you're the first one that pops up.
yay.
Only one that's Joshua Schubart that pops up.
Mm.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we're going to be, watching all of your shows and seeing all the success that you'll have and more in the future.
Thank you.
CoCo Abigail, congratulations, 1 year anniversary. You're my angel.
Hello everyone, it's CoCo Abigail here. Today is the 1 year anniversary of You're My Angel. Wow, can't you believe it's been 1 year? You're My Angel has been in digital platforms for 1 year. Wow, thank you guys so much for the love and support, especially to Tita Ima. To celebrate for 1 year anniversary, here's my first ever single, You're My Angel.
My imagination running
Vilma, live in LA. Yeah, yeah, yay! Vilma, live in LA. Yeah, yeah.
GFN, Global Filipino Network.
Giving you all the shows now on the GFN channel.
All the people around the world, don't give up, don't give in, listen to your heart. One human race of different faiths, all embraced in a solemn place. Listen to your soul. All we want, all we need is freedom. All we want, all we need is freedom. For you and for me and for everyone. Freedom, freedom. This is our home. We all call the earth. Shout it out, sing it loud. Listen to your voice. All we want, all we need is freedom. All we want, all we need is freedom. For you and for me and for everyone.
Thank you again for being with me on Vilma Live in LA. We're going to be having more next week, episode 9. In the meantime, you guys stay safe. Yes, I've got my mask right here, and around me there's not many people, so I get to do this without the mask. You guys stay safe. I love you always, and a whole lot of ding. I'm holding the other camera. Love you. Bye.